Hello, what's good, everybody? We are back again to keep it moving with the Star Wars theme, Bad Batch Season 3. We're about to get into it. You already know the ones coming into it with me. We got the one, the only, AK Lone. What's happening? What's up, AK Lone?
I'm all right. My brothers. Yeah, I had a slight mishap on the vacay retreat for my writers group, but I am improving by the minute, and this conversation I think will help with that.
There you go. Ice it up. Keep it iced. Don't let it blow up anymore. Get that
Yep.
swelling down. Oh, what's happening with you, fandom? How we doing tonight?
Yo, what is good, everyone? I cannot wait to talk about the final season of the Bad Batch. They all better die.
How can you even say that?
What? Why? Okay, look, stop it. Okay, George R. R. Martin, don't craft everything. We don't need everybody to die all the time.
Yeah, can't
Stop
they
it.
just retire, make it look like they died in an explosion?
You know,
just go
Nah, they can't.
go
Yeah.
farm on some distant moon or something.
Right? Keep Pabu safe from the shadows. Just
Right.
chill.
I don't like this bloodthirstiness. You know where this comes from, fandom.
Just gotta kill them all.
You know where it's from. It's from your questionable choice in women. Okay?
Speaking about women, we're gonna get into it. Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 1, and it's simply called Confined. And as dark as last season ended, it was kind of fitting for this one to start on that dark and stormy night situation. And the shuttle of stormtroopers is heading into Hemlock's secret lab, but is taken down by a bolt of lightning. Okay, first off, how shit are these Imperial shuttles that they can be completely taken out by a bolt of lightning? What is this?
On a planet that looks like it storms and is dark and gray and dreary.
No matter how high tech you can be in the future, nature will always find a way to bitch slap you back down.
100% agree. You have all of this metal running around. You think that that's not going to hit you at some point in time? You've only been lucky this far.
I mean, we got planes that make it through lightning storms, and we can't get a little rod on top or something this far into the future, and we were taken out by a bolt of lightning right out of the gate. I was like, what is happening here?
It's as plain as just putting rubber somewhere on the outside of your buildings to conduct it to those specific spots.
It was killing me. And second, what kind of Jurassic Park situation they got going out there in that jungle? What is happening out there, fandom? What kind of monsters we got out here in these weeds?
Exactly. Some freaking, I forgot what they call that one dinosaur in Jurassic Park New World. That was really just
the super hybrid Velociraptor. They called it something else though.
Really?
That's what they got on that damn forest right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to go in there.
I don't think anybody.
Hell, if I was a clone, I would go turn around and go, hey, Dr. Hemlock, continue to experiment on me. I don't want to deal with whatever's in there.
It's hilarious. It's kind of like a Yin, if y'all remember that from the Thrones lore. That spot in Sithorios where there's this lone pyramid that even the jungle is scared to touch because all the vegetation within a few hundred yards is all gone, just dried out, shriveled in the dirt, but there's a lush jungle around it. So what the fuck happened there? That's what this shit looks like.
Yeah. Do you think the creatures ruling those lands are natural inhabitants of the areas or monsters of Hemlock's making?
Monsters of Hemlock, absolutely. That's why I reference Yin, because I suspect that Yin is a I don't know, Dr. What is it? The island of Dr. Moreau. It's like their experimentation camp in Old Valyria. And now here we are, another secret base around dinosaurs and ruins and grossness. And it's about experiments. So yeah, people have been being hurt.
Wow, that was just insane.
Especially episode 2. It's now I'm thinking maybe he did create something that got loose.
Do something. So, yeah, exactly.
100% agree. He's been doing some gene splicing.
Yeah, he said he took his experiments with him. So what experiments were we talking about? What all we got out here in this jungle? Were those troopers
hold on, wait, real quick. Can I ask just a sidebar thought? Is this the Star Wars? What is his name? The Hugo Weaving's character, Red Skull. This seems like it's right up his alley, doing experimentations on people in a secret hidden base.
I'll do one better, Mr. Sinister.
Facts.
Yeah, he's doing
I
some
concur.
evil shit.
I concur.
Were those troopers coming in as like night shift relief, or were they bringing some shipment to Hemlock that he's going to want to go out there and retrieve?
Possibility of both.
Either way, what's up, fandom? Is somebody going to have to go out there and brave those things to go get whatever they were bringing in, or was that just like night shift relief coming in and they just gone?
I doubt they're gonna go get it. Eventually, you're gonna see like what it is, and that's I'm guessing when Omega and Homeboy escape.
Amiri comes to gather Omega to start the daily chores and ask how she's doing, and Omega says she feels like a prisoner, and Amiri says, "Hardly. How is this not a prison? She is
Bruh.
on lockdown. She can't have any personal belongings. Like, what part of this is not prison, AK?"
Stockholm syndrome. It's the only thing that makes sense. You're telling this little girl, "Oh, you are not a prisoner. Far from it. Can I leave without y'all saying something? Am I allowed to just walk around and not participate in any fucking thing you tell me or Namaste to do?" It's absurd. Can I have a fucking doll that gives me comfort when I'm looking out at the night sky, wondering where my brothers are and if they're okay? Nah, come miss me with all that bullshit. Now that baby girl is a prisoner. She exactly 100% grasps the situation she's in.
Exactly. I feel like a prisoner. It's because you are, little one.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, I mean, so sad. Like, Crosshair looks so beat down and broken. Like, what are they doing to these clones out there, fandom?
And whatever they're freaking injecting them with, it ain't good whatsoever. He's not even like looking at her as she passes like by. That's ridiculous.
Just a beat, broken soul. Like, there's nothing left.
Yeah, it's a Gogi training, I think.
He doesn't regret shooting that douchebag in episodes back previous season.
Yeah, you're right.
He's down. Omega asked Amiri if she's a clone, why she never saw her on Camino, and Amiri said she was sent elsewhere until Dr. Hemlock took her under his wing. So where is elsewhere, and why and where was she sent away to go there? You got any ideas?
My exact questions. As soon as I heard that, I was like, hold on, bitch, that's sus as hell. So what other secret bases are being run? And why did she qualify to come to what I'll call like Unimatrix Zero? This is where the leader is. This is where, the high mad scientist is. Why was she transferred here versus staying where she was? What's special about her, maybe?
You got any ideas on that, fandom?
Negative. Because of all people, like, why did Hemlock like chose her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was wondering, was Amiri made more evilish, like to better fit into the Empire, like a Sith and a Jedi, and she's more Sith-like, like, or
nah, yeah, I get no vibes of the Force in her at all.
Not like the Force. I'm saying, like, she said she was sent off. It seems like the only clones that are sent off are like clones that are like basically lab rats and to be tested on. So was she sent off to be tested on, and then all of a sudden she seemed to like take to it, and so now that's when Hemlock was like, "Oh, you kind of have a streak of being evil and don't mind it, so you can be my underling from here on out."
But then at the end of the episode, it contradicts it.
What's that?
Yeah,
and that episode kind of contradicts it because then she like leaves the doll. Oh, Meg.
Yeah, see,
that did kind of blow me. That did, yeah.
I have a question about that too, because you told them this doll was going to be incinerated because they're not allowed to have personal
things. Disposed of. I'll dispose of it.
Okay, dispose of. Well, either way, dispose of it. It basically means is she's supposed to get rid of that thing. Why did she still have it?
She has a soft spot for Omega.
And I don't think that is something that's by design, because like you said, she was someplace else before she came here, and apparently over there she was willing to do things that other people might not if she got the grand design of the bigger picture. But I think her problem here now, because Omega is an incessant pick me and please let me save your people complex for right now, that I think she might be cracking away at that exterior almost immediately. So because there's certain looks, like she doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but there's certain looks that she gives that let you know how Omega's affecting her, in my opinion.
Amiri took Omega's blood sample, but when Nala Se saw that, she immediately discarded it. So is Omega's DNA like the key that will unlock whatever it is that Hemlock's looking for, fandom?
Of course.
I told y'all last week.
And thank you, freaking Knowledge Sayer. You know what she knows? It's like, wait a minute, hold up. They're like studying your blood. Get out of here, this mess, and dispose of it ASAP. Every single time. And it's weird how like no one's like questioning, like, wait a minute. And like the research, you're supposed to have like her blood in here. Where is it?
So many clones and so many samples that it just gets lost in the shuffle.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Well, nobody knows that she's the key, so nobody's going to think twice about it, really.
Exactly. No one's going to truly notice that her sample isn't in there, specifically because it was never in there to begin with. Like they probably have like 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 record keeper that's electronic for them to see who they scanned and how many times. But you would have to actively see where those samples came from to know that Omega's was missing.
Hemlock said, "Shall we head to the?" Oh yeah. Hemlock said, "Should we head to the vault?" And I'll say was like quick to stop Omega from coming. So what do we think's down there in that vault, Phantom?
Like, cause in that whole like conversation when they were talking about like why you need my blood and like what they're preparing, has to be what the hell is in that vault.
So you think it's like a new super clone or some kind of monster animal, or I don't know. What do you think it is, AK?
Yeah, I'm thinking along those lines. There, whatever's going on in the basement is kind of like whatever the what's his name on the Nick Fury
show. I was about to say the super clone.
Yeah. I think it's akin to that. But the way they're being held, I'm guessing they may be held in like stasis, but the ways I think they're being held is what's going to be gruesome, because unless some really hinkish shit was always going down at the same time as everyone else was working, I don't think you would be able to notice readily that something was wrong. So there's obviously something that she thinks Omega would immediately recognize, and she would probably go off and do Omega things about it. So she didn't want that, because it would get Omega killed.
Omega's chores consist of feeding beasts that like roam the perimeter and keep the other monsters at bay. And she seems to have taken a liking to a certain one, but these things do not seem like pets. Are you trying to be in there and be that nice to something like that? I thought she was going to lose a hand or something. This girl is just too trusting with too many things. Also,
she's the typical chick that wants to be friends with everything.
I mean, everything in life, yeah, but you gotta be careful.
Do better. It's season 3. Do better, Omega.
Also, yeah, but that's kind of like long-term thing. It's like, don't you have like some type of like, ally, in this case, that creature thing, in case things go sour?
Hey, I mean, if you can, and who knew you could, but
I mean, see, and that's the thing. I think I don't remember where it happened in the cycle, but when she is asking what's going on with the thing, and they say, oh, well, his domestication is leading him to not be viable for what we need. What were you having these things doing if they're not out there just to kill for nothing? Because I feel like they have those creatures a dime a dozen. Why did they need this one to remain undomesticated, as they say?
Because they think that it'll just die out there. It'll be nice and not do like kill everything that it sees out there.
Do you think it's just because they care, and they don't want it to care? I don't know. That reasoning seems a bit sus.
Also, nothing nice is Crosshair's bitch ass. Like Omega's there trying to come up with a plan to get them both out, and he is just a beat dog at this point. Is he even worth saving? Like he's never seemed to be down with Omega in the first place. So should she care this much?
Go ahead first, Phantom. I'll jump in after.
Care for who?
Should Omega care this much for Crosshair? Like she doesn't want to leave without him, but he's like, I'd be quick to leave you. Like, should she care as much about him as she does?
Yeah, one, he just saying that so she can just abandon him. Of course she should care. That's her brother, damn it. Oh, you got those family members where like, I can't stand you at times, but you know what? I'll forgive you. No, I'll forgive, but I won't forget.
You feel the same way,
brother, baby? No, I think this is one of the very, very few times you'll see me defending any of his past actions, and I'm viewing this as a past action because it's gone in the episode list now. He's exactly right. Because if your mind really is on the mission and what you're here to do right now is to escape, then you escape. It's plain and simple. If you can do it, that means it can be found to do it again, and then you can come back and try to get him. It's dumb to want to keep him in there because he recognizes it himself. He's a soldier. He realizes, and as we've seen, he realizes sometimes you got to do some crazy shit that you may not possibly like, but you go with what you think is the better option. He always thought the other side was the better option, sadly.
He told her.
So he's telling her, don't leave me. Because you know what? I would fucking leave you without a second thought.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense that after this time she does not see that already.
Speaking of Omega, we see what she was sneaking in. She was sneaking in what she was sneaking that hay in her pail for. She was making herself her own little Tuca doll. Like, just a reminder that she's still. What's
DJ,
that? What's that?
Real quick, shout out to the homie Jake. We're worried about you, bruv. We are glad to see that air still flows through your body and that you're not caught up in the game out here. Appreciate you. You were missed. Do know that you were missed. We did notice you were gone. All right.
What's up, Jake Cruz? Good to see you back. And did you see that they got Snowpiercer season 4, the final of season 2. Snowpiercer coming. I just saw that a little while ago. Yep.
Can we put Snowpiercer on the list because that show was fucking epic?
What is Snowpiercer?
It's a movie and that they made into a series that was pretty fun to watch. It's pretty cool.
It came from a movie and then it went into TV. Have you heard any of the theories on that? Random sidebar real quick. Have you heard of any of the theories from Snowpiercer, DJ? Because I think this is one you would love. It connects Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to Snowpiercer. I will send you the link after we're done. I think you will love the tinfoil of it.
Oh man, but yeah, that's crazy. We see that she's definitely still. I mean, she might have honed her little warrior skills, but Omega is definitely still a little girl at heart, just trying to have this little doll with one little like sense of home. It's like, that's so cool. Okay, maybe not so little anymore. Like we can tell by her hair growth and the calendar inside her little vent that she's keeping that quite a bit of time has already passed. Like, how much longer until the boys are able to track her down, Phantom?
So she's like 21 at this point.
You think so? I don't think she's that old.
That is joking.
I mean, she's getting up there though.
I mean, she's probably like 16 now, give or take, 13. Oh no, though.
How long ago were the Bad Batch clones made? Like their original group.
Yeah, and how long do they take to become? That's the other thing. Like, how long does it take them to go become adults? Because these other kids are clones, but they're regular clones. But still, like, how long have they been? How old are they for real?
Yeah. Why do they still look young like that? Like, I mean, it's almost the same as Omega, because without a starting point on those boys' lives, Omega's the only comparison I can give them, and she's much older than what her child appearance says too.
Nala Se seems to be doing something with all the blood samples. Like, is she actually trying to help Hemlock, or is she trying to discover something else, or is she really just like, is this all just a stall tactic, Phantom? What do you think?
Nah, she gotta help him, because at this point, if she doesn't, something's gonna happen to Omega.
So you think she's in there actually trying to help him, actually trying to do what he says and trying to do the right thing and help him?
Yeah, to a certain extent, though. Because even when she said, "Oh, we're making some type of success," he's like, "Oh, it's not enough." So it could be also a little bit. It's like half and half.
How you feel about that, AK? Is she stalling or is she actually helping?
I think it may be a bit of both, because I think she sees like how evil he is, even outside of whoever is controlling him, because we know there's many hierarchy levels in their faction. So she's doing what she can now, I think, to maybe skirt attention. But I don't want to say, like you were saying it, thinking like she was a double agent. Am I understanding that correctly?
That who is in a double?
You're talking about Nala Se, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think she's a double agent. I personally think she's just stalling out, hoping that something else will happen, or like biding her time as well as she can. I don't think she's going to help at all. I think she's going out of her way to not help, and that's why she makes sure that she's keeping Omega's blood sample way out of things.
random sinful. Maybe she put a bounty out with this guy on Omega to get her back. And part of the deal would be her serving him in whatever capacity. So she would go start that, send his people out to find her. They eventually did. And he said already that you're here because I need to make Namaste step up and do this thing I need done. And she would kept just worrying about you. So now here you are. Yo, I'm magic, bitch. I brought y'all two back together. Do my evil bidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the one dude that told her about that. But yeah, I don't think Nalase wanted Omega anywhere around here. She wanted her.
No, not at all.
She hates the fact that Omega's back right now.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Told y'all last week. I think this shit is a little deeper than we were originally thinking.
And the way the camera panned in on that blood sample, then switched to Omega in the kennels, like I thought one of those beasts were gonna scratch her, and then like her blood would show up and activate something, but nope, it hardly even barks at her anymore. I was getting all worked up for a scene.
Oh yeah, she's been feeding it.
But still, that was pretty brave of her to risk like putting her hand in that cage to like help Badger heal.
Oh yeah, the initial time, facts.
You are out of your mind, bro. Way too trusting. Are you crazy? But she won't give up on the Beast or on Crosshair. Like I said, she's she's always trying to do the right thing. So I guess that's what makes her a hero. But sometimes to her own fault. Like just
a foolish hero.
Again, how is this not a prison? Guards just come in, flip her whole room, and take any and all personal belongings. I mean, and then how does Amiri rate telling Omega that it's for her own good? How is this in any way, shape, or form for her own good?
She has no understanding of child dynamics.
I don't think understanding of human dynamics at all. Or
that too.
Emotional dynamics. She is just on one.
Yeah.
She's a female tech, but like a psycho evil one, I think.
But a psycho evil one, yeah. I think, and the way I've seen them framing this a little bit, like especially after the room search and what she did with the doll or didn't do with the doll, I think that's kind of a dead giveaway on where she is. I think she maybe saw that at that point, maybe she had pushed too far and she needs to get Omega back by giving her back this toy thing.
So it's all just a mind game.
Yes.
Dang.
I don't trust her. I don't trust her.
That's next level. I love it. I love that. It almost seemed like when Omega freed Betcher, like it was asking her to come with Omega, like with it. Like said, like I can't have. She's like, I can't. I have to go back and get Crosshair. I don't know. Is she ever going to be able to save herself and Crosshair, or is he just too far gone, Phantom? What do you think?
Based on the trailers. See if he's always going to help him escape.
It looks like he's coming with. I would say he's going to just because that was the original mission. But yeah, I haven't seen that trailer, so that'll be crazy. Something tells me like that when Omega does make it out, like past the perimeter, it's definitely going to be that thing that comes to help rescue her to repay that life debt. Because me thinks Thatcher is definitely going to be saving Omega's life at some point this season. They're going to make it out. Something's going to come attack, and it's going to be that thing that's going to come save her and probably Crosshair. And
facts. I agree because, like he said, it's been domesticated by her. So I think it's always going to be loyal to her now.
Absolutely. It's out there howling for her right now, letting her know, I'm out here when you're ready. Like, let's go.
Like, I ain't forgot, girl. I see you. I'm going to stand over here and look, watch them doors. If I see anybody going in, I'm coming to get you.
Then I like how Hemlock comes in and says, take her back to her room and restrict her access. How is that punishment? Like, how is that any different than how she's living right now?
She's literally already restricted.
There's nothing.
She can't go outside and enjoy the cool breeze if she wants to.
What more do you think you're taking away? Like, how is this a punishment in any shape or form?
You know what? The
no contact with anyone, if anything.
What's that?
There's no contact with anyone.
The more I think about this, the more I'm liking the comparison of her to Red Skull. He was always on some nonsense with his experiments and being just ridiculously extra about shit.
Even the craziest people are heroes in their own mind. Yeah, all the villains are heroes.
Yeah, that's very true. They're heroes in their story. But very true.
He's on a whole other level. They keep focusing on that drip in Omega's room. Is that going to be how she ends up escaping, or does like the drip in water have some other meaning? What do you guys think?
I thought that was a sign of torture. There's a constant dripping and dripping and dripping.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the constant monotone noise and I find raindrops to be soothing, so I probably wouldn't be bothered by that, but there's a lot of folks that would be. It's effective solitary torture.
So you guys are half empty. I'm half full. I'm like, it's a way out. It's not torture.
Okay.
It's gonna
All
be
right,
out of there.
we'll give you this one time.
We then see Amiri isn't totally evil like we've been saying. She actually returned Omega's Tukadal to her, and like it seems like she told the trooper she would dispose of it, just so he wouldn't dispose of it, so she could come back and give it to her. So almost like she knew right away she was going to save it and give it back to her.
Leverage. I told you I don't trust that bitch.
You think it's all a mind game? I think she actually likes her and just wanted to do something nice for her. Interesting. How about what side of the fence are you on that one, fandom?
I know she's gonna give it back because wasn't in that scene like they were just like going through the room and they just found it?
They flipped the room. She was holding it behind her back, and that trooper just saw it and then came up and just snapped
it. It's like, dang, you just like had to create it. Now we gotta pretend like I'm throwing it away, but really I'm just gonna give it back to you.
And Omega's been better with sleight of hand with a lot of other stuff. I don't know why she couldn't get that doll, put it up her shirt in the back or something. Like, we've seen her be sleight of hand around other things. Why wouldn't she better in this situation? I guess they did just come stomping in real quick, like room search, like whoa, that was crazy, just like prison, nuts. I've seen Oz. I saw how it goes down. Oh, we then hear that howl out in the wilderness, and we get to see it is indeed a freed and still very much alive Batcher. And we end up seeing that things suck, but they're not quite as bad as they could be. Like, I don't know. What do we think of this opening episode, AK?
It was awesome. I thought it was a great continuation because they picked up like damn near right after the finale. So yeah, I'm here for it.
Oh, it's dope. You like that opening? You like that opening episode, fandom?
Yeah, because just like where we left off in season 2 of Omega being captured, it's like boom. This is pretty much the thought. The premise of the whole season is going to pretty much be get Omega back.
Absolutely.
Unless she ends up, escaping her damn self.
Feel it.
Highly possible with Omega.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's going to end up freeing herself before she gets freed, or she'll know they're out there and she'll end up freeing herself because she knows they're waiting for her one way or the other. But you know how we do it. Got just a couple trivia questions. See if anybody remembers anything about this episode. If you're watching, put it in the comment section. If you're watching later, put it in the comment section down below. 3 quick and easy trivia questions. Number 1, where did the shuttle crash in the opening scene? All right, maybe not so easy.
The forest?
What's the question again?
Where did the shuttle crash in the opening scene? It was a special spot. Helmach said it crashed in
Forbidden Zone?
Sector 5 or something like that. I don't remember.
So close. I was like, that's a good guess. That was a fantastic guess.
Sector 4?
Sector 4 is 100% correct.
What is it?
Nice. Pulled one right out of the backside. That is fantastic. Great start. Oh, let's take it just a little bit deeper. Who was the trooper that radioed in for help when the shuttle crashed? Oh, that's for all of you that just go crazy and have to know all the information.
Yeah, the damn kid's name. I don't remember any of their names.
Everybody knows that. And third and not least, I said it a couple times, it should be easy. What was the name of the beast Omega semi-tamed?
Batcher.
Batcher. Oh, 2 out of 3. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Well done, you. But you already know we're going to keep it moving, get going right on into episode 2, the Bad Batch season 2, episode 2, Pass Unknown. And right out of the gate, we see the boys aren't leaving any stone unturned as they scour the galaxy searching for Omega. And they even take on the Pikes and bring the one that wronged the Duran family back to Lady Duran for punishment. And she said, like, you must be very desperate to take on the Pikes and to face me. Like, she has no idea. There is nothing these boys won't do. Like, are you kidding me? They're going to get this girl back one way or the other.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly. It's been so long, but didn't the Bad Batch kick Roland out of Ord Mantell? Isn't that the whole way they started out with Sid?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I know it's been a long time, but I thought like Roland and his gang, the Syndicate, were the ones that were doing, and they did something. They're like, oh, you can't go against Roland, and then they did, and then Omega and Roland ended up like shit. That's one of those other things that she just ended up being super nice, and he couldn't help it. He actually liked Omega in the end, and by the ends they were kind of friends. I think they made some deal like if he did something to do something against the Pikes, then Roland would leave, and yeah, I can't remember exactly. I gotta go back and watch that. But yeah, I thought that's kind of how that whole thing started. So then, like, he came out. That's why at the end he was kind of cool with them. He was like, "Man, I hope you find who you're searching for." But yeah, that's good. I'm trying to remember back to that. But yeah, I thought they were against him at first, and then they became friends. But Lady Duran gives the Batch, what little intel she has with that kind of take it or leave it attitude. And I don't know, the boys had no choice; they had to take it and just hope. But I don't know. I didn't have a good feeling about that right out of the gate. Like, they just did you the ultimate solid. Like, why are you being like this to him? Like, these gangsters.
I'll say just to stay face.
Yeah, everybody was up there watching, I guess.
Yeah,
stay hard.
Possibly.
That was just crazy. So they try to call Echo and Rex for backup, but they're 2 rotations out, and Wrecker seems to want to wait. But Hunter was like ready to go right now. He said Omega's been waiting a long time for us, and he does not want her waiting not one more day than necessary. He misses his little sister and wants her back ASAP. But I don't know. What's up, fandom? Are you on Team Wrecker or Team Hunter? Like, he said, basically, the last time we stormed a situation without backup, we didn't all get out of it alive. So I don't know. Do you vote for, like, let's wait for these guys to come back us up, or do you vote for let's go now and go get our girl?
Let's go now. Time is ticking. You don't know what the hell this mad scientist is doing to our girl. Get out of here.
He said we ain't waiting 2 rotations for nothing. We got to go.
Nah.
Oh,
it's been how long already? And she's like right there. Nah, we're going to investigate immediately. Well, the hell you mean, Wrecker? Come on.
It was good that they didn't wait because the information was old and the base was already abandoned. So if they would have waited 2 weeks to find that out, it'd have been even longer and wasted Rex and Echo's time. So it's good they didn't do it. But basically, that whole planet seemed abandoned. Like all but 3 regular clones that were able to escape before the Empire bombed its own facility. So that was crazy. Those 3 jumped out. Like they told our boys to drop the weapons, and Wrecker just instantly starts laughing. He's like, "Blaster beats stick, kid."
Look, I feel like Wrecker is the uncle that we all need. Okay. Your daddy gonna tell you all this extracurricular bullshit, but then Wrecker's gonna come in like, motherfucker, sit down and take notes. Pull out your quill and parchment paper right now, okay? Because you need this advice I'm about to give you. I feel like that was just a teachable moment for him, and he was very comical in how he did it. But I appreciated that because that's his personality.
Oh, they need a teachable moment because these clones were supposedly training to be soldiers, and they didn't realize that blasters beat stick. Like, come on, man! I get you're brave, but telling them to drop it was, I don't know, that was beyond. But they make nice with the kids, so they agree to take him to their kind of leader to see if he has any info on Omega. And basically, on the way there, they gave one simple instruction: don't touch shit. Don't touch the vines. You got one job, Wrecker. Don't touch shit.
Son.
Couldn't get it done. Could not get it.
Shout out again to the homie T baby because her lessons are words of wisdom that will never fail. Stop touching shit.
Oh, yeah. I gave you one instruction, man. Come on.
You had one job.
But it's sad these young clones like said they're soldiers or were at least supposed to be. No, young ones. You basically were glorified lab rats. And that's what I'm seeing more and more. Like, this is messed up. And speaking of lab rats, like hearing that Hemlock created those monster roots in his lab, like what else does he have out there lurking in that forest at his new base, fandom?
I don't know. I don't even want to know. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? Do we eat Omega? Can we just like make a clone of Omega and call it a day?
Do what with Omega?
Just make a clone of Omega and call it a day.
Oh, get another one.
I don't think it's that simple. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's that simple.
She's special. So they go see the semi-leader, this young trio, and Mox has never seen or heard of Omega either. But Deke says like the base has a control panel, but no power. Wrecker, of course, is like, no problem. We got that covered. I was like, yeah, it's going to be off to the rescue again.
Sure do.
But Stack warns them, don't go. And Hunter is like, I don't know. Hunter's like, we need a lead. And Deke knows like they won't make it down there without him. Like, these are some brave little kids. These little red clones ain't nothing new. It's pretty cool.
They've been surviving in an environment that the people that are in charge there say it's better off for you to be in here than out there. And I believe them, which shows how serious that shit is.
But they make it to the base, but it is totally overrun with those killer weeds and varmints galore. Like, it's not easy, but they finally made it up to that control panel. But like, they were lucky to get that far. At first, I was like, how did these kids get there and go on patrol? But now they're so scared to go there now. But then on the second watch, I was like, oh, I see. It wasn't overgrown by vines at first, but the vines are growing. Now they've grown to that part, and they've taken over that part as well. But while they're doing that, back at the cave, Stack's like trying to talk Mox into stealing the ship and bouncing. And I was like, instantly, have these boys learned nothing after getting stranded on a planet like that? Like, can we put a club on the steering column or something? Like, how are you going to let another youngin' just come and hotwire or steal your ship like this? What are we doing?
Was dying. I'm like, yo, this. Like, they deserve to be like eaten by those freaking lions.
I was like, what is happening here? You did not just do the same thing, make them same mistake twice.
For all of their skills and especially like their tactics in a situation, they always plan this shit down to a T. How you miss this? How? Especially with the motherfucker like Omega on your crew. She don't know how to stop touching shit. Why is it not baby proofed?
I'm just, you've already had it jacked. You've already had it jacked. You're out here by yourself. You know you don't have anybody to sit back and watch this ship. How do you not have it foolproof? Like, pull a spark plug. Do something so it won't start. Like, I mean.
That part.
Come on.
How many episodes of Star Trek have we watched where they just pulled out like one little crystal data disk and it crashed the whole fucking ship because it couldn't survive without that one little disc? What the fuck are we playing at here?
I was dying on Hunter on that one. Like, come on, man.
Bullshit.
And was that a Sarlacc in that swampy ass water? Like the same creature from the desert from Return of the Jedi? And that was it. I was writing this. That's exactly what it was. The movie I was trying to.
Was it?
Yep. Did you ever see Return of the Jedi fandom?
You asked me if I've ever seen Return of the Jedi. Of course.
Nah, man, you can't blame us for being surprised at that fact, man. Come on now. Cut us some slack, fandom. You know what you be out here doing.
Hunter plans, but sometimes the common sense part is out the window. It is just insane sometimes the common sense that gets overlooked in this stuff. But yeah, it is crazy. Crazy to me, but how they let that one go. But yeah, I was like, is this a Sarlacc right here? That looked like the same kind of monster from the sand pit in Return of the Jedi that ate everybody, only in a swamp water this time. Was that?
It does look like it. It does mirroring.
I mean, I don't know if the vines, because you'd think the vines were probably in the sand before, but yeah, I don't know. It looked a lot like it to me.
I feel like that's like one that's more of like adapt to a swamp, as opposed to like when we see like in the desert.
Yeah, maybe the swamp one has vines or something different like that, or the vines are just like something that came onto it because of all the things that Hemlock was doing. You know, he was doing some mad scientist shit with everything.
Crazy.
Well, I guess it's good that there was no club on the ship's controls because our crew was surrounded and in a bad way there for a minute. Things were looking pretty bleak and hopeless when the two young clones showed up in the Marauder. And the problem, is this monster had one hell of a wingspan and is able to snatch the ship out of midair, basically, in mid-rescue. And it's a good thing that Wrecker had that case of explosives nearby and easy to find. I was like, that was convenient. Because, what's that?
It was thanks to that bag being there, but didn't they just happen to find the bag? Like, they were contemplating leaving them for a while.
For sure. And then his boy called him in and was like screaming for him. And then they saw Omega's doll there in the back, and a boy's already saying, like, I respect him. They don't want to leave a man behind. Like, they're going to search for him. Especially these kids that got left behind. So and
they said that.
that.
Yeah, their leader said that. He's like, look, I know maybe you feel a certain type of way, but there is very clearly something that is different about them. They want to go and find their lost crew member. They care. Nobody cares about us. And I think he wants to leap and like grasp at that because he recognizes it and he's seen now how good it can feel to be cared about by another person. So yeah, I really thought that was a few moments of a really great writing there to develop characters.
But yeah, it was convenient. It would have been a better plan not to get your ship hijacked. But then in the end game, if they wouldn't have had a jack,
You are correct.
Anyway. So now what? Like
you are correct.
Crazy. But I'm so tainted. At this point, I thought these young cadets that I've always thought they were going to be soldiers anyway were going to like join the squad or be asked to be on the squad. But Hunter had a way better idea for him. He's like, let them finish growing up on Pabu, make their own choice, and hopefully not become a soldier. Like, just always the father figure. Go Hunter.
Facts. Yeah, I think I've been slowly growing to really like that about his character because and no matter what, if Omega is in danger, he is putting her as the first priority. It doesn't matter how heavy the mission is. And I feel like she needs that, and also he needs that. Like Wrecker needs to have that big brother role. And I think it's another testament to really great writing because not everyone really is going to look at a cartoon too deeply, but also in this world where Star Wars is so saturated for us already, I think it can be tough to come up with new stuff, but here they are with the Bad Batch.
Oh, so good. Loving it.
Yeah.
So Hunter found very little info on that control panel, but he did get a little something. And he also made mention again about Hemlock's experiments. So I cannot wait to see what all this guy's been making and what he's got out there. Before we get out there, that's going to be insane. But like, how sober is that going to be? Like when Hunter like takes the kids back, or how somber is that going to be when Hunter takes the kids back to Pabu and has to have that hard conversation with Fee on what happened to her boo? That is. I don't know if he's ready for that.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
Because it saddens me so much. Like their love story was really freaking cool.
And in the big side, like everybody ends up loving them, and now they're kind of welcome there. But I mean, they were basically invited there because she had a thing for goggles, and now he's gone there, and now they're bringing extras to the planet. Like it could be a whole weird. That's gonna be a weird conversation. Like it's kids and
it could be
thing, but I think it's going to be a weird conversation. That's going to be nuts.
It could be, but I don't think it'll be that big a deal. We shall see though.
We shall indeed. How many more episodes until Omega and the Batch get back together, fandom? Or will they ever be together again? Maybe the compound is where they meet their end, like you say, and they all die and never meet back up. What's going to happen?
Nah, they got to see each other again. You're like what? Halfway through the season?
That's what you said earlier. So you still think it's going to be halfway through before they meet up?
Yeah.
Wow. So what if
there's
16 episodes? We're talking like episode 8 before they meet up? Yeah, no way. It's got to be by 5, doesn't it?
It gotta be.
I feel like it could be even before that. It could be what are we on, like episode 2 now? I think it could be in our next chat. Because the whole thing of the overall arc of this this season, I don't think is just see this dude do evil, villainous crimes and then folks escaping, which is where the Omega factor comes in. Again, it's weird, but she's at the center of all this stuff.
I absolutely love this opening 2 episodes. I'm right back into it and cannot wait to see where they take it because I have no idea. I think it's going to be amazing. How about you, Phantom? What do you think about these 2 opening episodes?
Interesting.
Yeah, they did it well opening up again. First episode with the main thing of, okay, we need to get Omega back, and what the hell is Hemlock doing? And then at the same time, what the hell the Bad Batch is doing to get back to Omega. I'm loving it.
Loved on episode 2. I love the callbacks, like all the time when they bring back cameos, like cartoons bringing back cameos, and not just cameos of this, like cameos of season 1. Then we got cameos from other Star Wars series.
I'm just waiting to see when is Ventress coming in. That's what I want to know.
Feel it.
Yeah, I actually would love to go on a explorational journey with you guys, or even with other people, of the full timeline as we know it on film of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, and man, it's like I wish I could have seen some of the stuff, because some of the stuff now is just filling in backstories that so amazing. Like I said,
100%. Yeah.
I saw the Grogu or the Mandalorian episode that brought in Ahsoka, and I saw like the whole internet just losing their mind. Ahsoka. So I'm like, who is Ahsoka, and why do I care? Why is everybody
Mhm.
so nuts? So then I went back, and that's when I literally started watched all the Clone Wars. I was like, oh, so that's who Ahsoka.
You know what?
It was so
Right. And when I hadn't watched this, that series of from Star Trek, but when I heard Rosario Dawson is who they cast as being Ahsoka, I very quickly went and binged and looked at almost everything. Not couldn't get to everything, ran out of time, but I think the casting for all that was really great. And when you put the comparisons up for shit, no, sorry, hold on, guys. My phone is vibrating. Got to chat with my dad.
Oh, no problem. But yeah, I actually just watched the first 4 episodes of the Tales of the Empire. Have you been looking at that at all, Phantom?
Nah, I gotta watch that this weekend or something coming up.
Yep.
Did you watch the Tales of the Jedi yet?
No, not yet. I've just started the Tales of the Empire or whatever, and then yeah, I'll be getting into that next one. But pretty sick. Like I said, some of these backstories that they're filling in, it's like, oh my god, I remember that. Like I remember that's where Ahsoka and old girl fought on that bridge. That was at her place, and now I see like why that was her place and where it started from. And so sweet, like the way they're filling in all the stuff, like tying it all in, bringing it together. It's tight. Oh, I'm loving it. Well, I only got 2 questions, trivia questions for anybody watching this later. Put them in the comment section down below if you know the answers. What was the name of the violent plant that kept attacking the Batch while they were on that planet?
Oh, damn it. Some type of vine.
It was 50% of it.
No, swamp vine, lake vine, random waterways vine. I don't know.
Anybody remember the name of it? Put that one in the comment section. If you're watching later, put it in the comment section down below. Oh, and question number 2. What were the 3 young clones' names?
I fucking knew you were gonna put that on the list. Damn it to shit.
Oh,
but I was in pain and too lazy to write it down. Fuck.
I made sure to say all 3 of them while we were talking about it. Anybody remember? Put it in the comment section down below. What were the 3 clones' names? The 3 young.
I knew. I feel like Max is one of them, but I could be misremembering that.
That is close.
I'm so very upset because I really did. As soon as I saw them come on the screen, I said, he's going to ask about these damn boys.
Of course.
Fuck.
Oh, what did you think about these first 2 episodes in general, though? What did you like about them, AK?
Well, I like that they kept the story going. You know, they hit the ground running, and we've all commented in earlier seasons. That's kind of their stick. That's what they always do. They hit the ground running, punch you in the gut. Every now and then there is a little bit of filler, but it still works out because those little things tie into all of the bigger things. So I'm loving it. I'm here for episode 1 and episode 2. I am looking forward to episode 4 and 5 next week. Or Thursday. I don't think we've chosen a show yet, but yeah, I'm all in. I will go with 9.2 out of 10 lightsabers. Only because I know the season's going to get better after this.
Absolutely. It's going to be tight. I'm here for it and cannot wait. Oh, it's going to be tight. So, yeah, tentatively, I got a lot going on Thursday, but going to try to get in episodes 3 and 4 on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just keep it moving from there. So, yeah, make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you're subscribed, and you'll know when we get on for sure. But it should be Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. If not, for sure next Tuesday. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic time and a great week. And it is great to have our bro Jake back. Good to see you back alive and breathing.
Absolutely.
Buddy. Glad you're back.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, we were legit out here. Don't think people didn't notice. Your name wasn't scrolling through our chats. Okay, you can go back and look. Me, DJ, and Fanda was looking for you several times on our streams. I myself also put the bank. I had to send a Raven to our Game of Thrones community to see if anybody has seen you. So we're glad to see you're okay.
Definitely. Hope to see you and can't wait to see you on the next one. So hope everybody out there's having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here till we see you on the next one. Be easy, everybody.
Peace.